everyone, and welcome to this week's video. This week we're going to be talking to you about our rigging and how we were unknowingly only one sail away from being demasted.
We're going to show you how we went from this, a damaged halyard, to this. So this is actually our forestay, and for our non-boaty followers out there, this is one of the main supports for our mast. It also has the head sail attached to it, so it takes a tremendous amount of pressure. If this was to fail at sea under sail, then the whole rig and the mast and the boom would come down, placing us in a really dangerous situation.
We only spotted the issue by making a series of mistakes, and as always with our channel, we want to be really honest about it, and hopefully it might help someone else in the future.
So when we hauled out to go in the boatyard a couple of months ago, we had to remove our jib from the rolling furler, and that's where we made our first mistake. So we removed the jib absolutely fine, it came down no problem at all, but what I did was I left the jib halyard, which is here, attached to the furling system, and when I furled away this line here, it twisted the halyard all the way around up to the top of the mast, and it got caught on its sheath. So we got it stuck and we had to put a bit of pressure on it to get it off, and it snagged the line. So we decided that we were going to get a new jib halyard just because it was snagged, but also because we felt this was just a little bit too thin. So this was actually 6mm rope, and we've replaced it with 10mm rope here. So this is the new jib halyard that we've had put on, and then just compare them side by side to see that's quite a bit thicker. So in order to change the halyard, it's actually quite a simple job. You just attach the end of the old halyard to the end of the new halyard using a mousing line and just pull it through. As you can gather though, that didn't happen in our case. So this brings us on to our second mistake. So as we was measuring the halyard, I took the knot off the end of it, and I wasn't paying attention, and we lost it up the mast. So you can see that the halyard goes up here, and then it goes through this hole in the mast, and it then goes up to the top of the mast inside. So once we'd lost that halyard up there was no way of us getting it out without climbing to the top of the mast. So that made it a bit more of a complex job. So what I thought of doing just as a quick fix is actually using the spinnaker halyard, which is here, to hoist the jib, because the spinnaker halyard goes to what looks like the same place at the top of the mast. So we did use it, we had a go, and we got the jib up absolutely fine, but it was when we were furling it in, we realised that it wouldn't furl, and that's because the spinnaker halyard had got wrapped around at the top. And the reason for that happening, which we didn't realise at the time, is that the sheave for the spinnaker halyard is higher up than the jib halyard. So that was mistake number 3. So at this point, I decided that I was just going to get my binoculars out and have a look at the top of the mast so I could see more clearly how the system worked. I had quite a shocking discovery, because this is what I saw. And this is the top of our forestay where it joins the mast. And I could see that there were bits that were pinging out like that, and I could see that it was unraveling here. So I knew that wasn't in a good shape. So we decided to get a rigger to come and have a look and do a full rig inspection. Morning everyone. So this morning we're having our forestay changed. So we've got the rigger coming in about half an hour. So we're just getting some breakfast first. Got some bacon sandwiches this morning, and then hopefully once we've had this done we'll be able to go sailing. So we're having a new forestay because, as we said before, it was damaged at the top, and we're also having some new halyards, and we're having a full rigging check done as well. So we used Steve Douthwaite Sails and Canvas from Newcastle, and he was absolutely amazing. He came down, he did a full rig check for us. I think he was quite shocked at how bad our forestay was. So he fitted us a new forestay, checked everything else, which luckily was fine, and he also fitted us some new halyards too. Just want to show you the old forestay. So this is it here, and you can see it's in a terrible state. So this is where it was at the top. They did cut it to take it off, but you can see it was all unravelling, and you can see that it's actually unravelled right to the bottom. It was actually that bad that some of the strands had pinged off and kind of fallen down inside the furling system and blocked it and jammed it. So they had to take the whole furling system off and remove all the bits of metal shroud from in there. So I think Steve said it was the worst forestay he's ever seen. So I'm just so glad that we've managed to get that sorted and that we spotted it. We didn't spot it before because we do have the rolling furler on, so it covers it up. And it's too far to see at the top of the mast by the naked eye as well. So we're not quite sure how long it's been like that, but Steve thinks it's been like that for quite a while, possibly even a couple of years. And it could have been started when the mast was last down and the forestay was sort of horizontally on top of it. There is a ring that the jib halyard goes through, and it looks like it's pressed against the metal shroud, and that's where the damage started, and then over time it's just spread and got worse and worse. So we've also had our spinnaker halyard replaced. So this is the old one, and this was actually wearing away at the top where it was rubbing against the spreaders. So we've had that replaced with a lovely green Dyneema line, and this is our old main halyard. Now there wasn't actually anything wrong with this one, but we've replaced it because Steve wasn't insured to climb the mast and use this as a safety line. And the reason for that is it's wire going into rope, and obviously that gives a little bit of a weak point where the two meet. This was used years ago as the wire was stronger than the rope, but it's not used so much now in newer yachts or when halyards are replaced, as Dyneema is the strongest man-made fibre that you can buy. So, and it's also much lighter. So this is now the preferred material of choice for a halyard. So all our shackles and joints around the boat were covered in this rubber putty kind of material, which is here. So we've got a close-up there of one that's still left on. We've decided to remove it all because it hides any issues that there might be with the shackles, and also it makes the boat look a lot cleaner and tidier.
It's an absolute song.
Is he nipping your legs?
We also removed the covers from the guardrails because they were looking really tatty. Could you see it?
Yeah, that's all.
It's a bugger. Will you behave, you little cheeky monkey? You are. I'll tickle you later. Oh, because you want tickles. I'll love this soft head. Tickle me. Right, behave yourself. Stop nipping. We've also removed the plastic covers from... Oh my god. What is happening? We've also removed the plastic covers from the guardrails because they were looking really tatty, but also when they crack, water can get in and it hides the condition of the guardrail. This is what we found under one of them when we took the cover off. So as you can see, the strands are starting to unravel. So we've had this taken out, and then we've had this new fixture fitted there. I felt uncomfortable with some of the older parts on the boat for some time now, and I didn't really know whether it was to do with my inexperience of boating and sailing, or whether it was that I really just didn't trust some of these parts. I recently had a chat with Alex, who runs the boatyard here, and he said to me that sometimes you just have a gut feeling about things on your boat. So you just have a feeling that something isn't right, and when you get that feeling, you should just trust it. So 9 out of 10 times it might be nothing, but that one time it may be an issue that needs fixing. So actually, if you've got that feeling and you're sat on a night thinking, oh, that's on my mind, then actually it's just worthwhile just to get it done, because your peace of mind and your safety when you're out at sea is the most important thing. And that really resonated with me, and it made me feel so much better about the way I've been feeling. I'll be really honest, since the end of February, I've been really up and down about the expectations we put on ourselves for this year, and it's taken me a good few weeks and a lot of really honest conversations with some of the great people we've met in the sailing community to really work out that actually some of these pressures I've put on myself and we've put on ourselves is down to people that aren't in the sailing community, and they don't really understand what cruising life looks like, and they don't understand what a successful liveaboard life looks like. So what we've sort of realised now is this is our journey and it's what we want to make of it. So we're really looking forward to what we've got planned this year now, and I think there's going to be a lot of adventures that we can take you on.
So there was a survey done before we bought the boat. I was there on the day, and if I'm honest, the survey seemed quite brief and not very detailed. The surveyor did look at the rigging, but only from what he could see from ground level. So the top of the mast and the rigging at the top wasn't checked at all. Likewise, the engine wasn't checked. And if you've been with our channel for a while, you'll know that we had quite a lot of issues with our Volvo Penta. We did a video on it, and the link is here. In fact, we've met quite a lot of people lately who have newer and bigger boats than us, and they've had pretty much the same problems as we have, if not worse. We love Takaza and we're really proud of her racing history. We've had loads of comments lately about how great she's looking and how seaworthy and well built E-taps are.
Come on then. Come on then. Come on. Come on then. Come on. You're too busy nipping. I want you to do that thing. Come on then. Did you get it? Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. You're going to do it again, I think. Do it again. Do it again.
So now that we've had all this work done, we feel ready to start our sailing season. So last night we went out for a little shakedown sail.
So that's it for this week's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. In the next episode, we're going to be back out sailing and exploring.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give the video a like and drop us a comment. Also, we just want to say thanks so much to all the coffees that we've had recently, and if anyone wants to support our journey, please visit our coffee page. Thanks for watching. See you later.